Before you jump into any self-improvement journey, whether it's changing your appearance or building a career or developing a healthier mindset, I want you to ask yourself, why am I doing this? What is it really for? Because if you're doing it just to look good or because everyone else is doing it, trust me, you are not going to get very far. You must remember this. Self improvement is not about what other people think of you or how you are going to impress them. It's about the promise that you made to yourself. In this video, I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. I'm gonna be real with you that your journey isn't gonna be candles and flowers. It's not gonna be romantic. As someone in my 20s, I've struggled, felt lost, stuck, and even hopeless at times, trying to become a better version of myself. And honestly, I'm still trying to figure it out. But if you really take it seriously and finish this video, you might look back in just 6 months from now and be shocked at how far you've come. So let's get into it. Alright, first thing I want to talk about is be stingy with your time and energy. You want to become the best version of yourself and actually reach those goals you've been talking about. Then you have to stop caring about what other people think or say about you. Because as long as you still care, you're still trying to please them. You're still trying to chase their approval. You're giving them your time and energy, but for what? Let me be honest with you, you cannot grow when your mind is busy wondering whether people like you or not. You are wasting your energy on opinions that don't matter. And here's something that most people won't tell you. Once you decide to grow, once you commit to self development, the journey gets scary. It gets lonely. And because nobody, and I mean nobody, will fully understand what you're doing. People will question you, and some might talk behind your back. Even your family or your closest friends might not get it. And that's okay because this path is yours. You have to walk it alone sometimes. You need to be strong enough to handle being misunderstood, doubted, or even unsupported. Even when nobody believes in you, you need to believe in yourself first. That's how every successful person started, with no one clapping for them, no one seeing the vision but them. The only thing they had was persistence. They kept going. So if you're still giving your time to things or people that don't support your growth, if you're still caught up in other people's opinion, if you're spending time with friends who bring nothing to your future, then you are wasting the most valuable thing that you have is your time. We all think that we have a lot of time, but the truth is we don't. Time is limited, energy is limited. You need to constantly remind yourself, what do I need to achieve right now? Focus on that. Put your time and energy into the right things and the right people. Now, I'm not saying that this is easy, but growing up taught me a hard lesson. Not everyone deserves your time and energy. I went through multiple friend breakups and I had to say goodbye with people that I once thought that would always be in my life. It wasn't easy at all. I'm an emotional person and I hate goodbyes, especially with people I care about. And for a while, those breakups seriously messed with my mental health. It was painful and scary to let go of people that I loved, but as hard as it was, I had to choose myself because some people simply don't align with who I am or the goals I'm chasing anymore because there's something bigger that I need to focus on. And the next thing is the uniform effect. Let's be real. Every single day before you even step out the door, you are already mentally drained by these decisions. What should I wear? How should I do my hair? What makeup should I go with? Me, I used to waste so much time just figuring that stuff out. And then I discovered something called the uniform effect. That is why highly successful people like Steve Jobs or Mark Zuckerberg decided to wear the exact same thing every single day. It's not because they didn't care, it's because it minimizes their mental strain and help them to focus on more important things. The uniform effect helps you reduce decision fatigue, so your brain can focus on what really matters. Now, don't get me wrong, how you dress still matters. Your outfit reflects who you are, your personal style, and it shows respect for yourself and for wherever you're going. But if you spend hours every morning just deciding what to wear, how to do your makeup, then it's not realistic. You're losing time and mental energy that could gone into the things that actually move you forward. And if you're a girl like me who loves dressing up and doing makeup, let me tell you this. You cannot spend 3 hours every single day on hair, makeup, and outfits and expect to build something big in your life. Be honest with yourself. You are not a celebrity with hair and makeup stylists. It's just not realistic. If you know you've got a bigger goal to chase, you need to simplify your get ready routine. I'm not saying that you have to look basic or give up on style. What I'm saying is figure out what clothes make you feel confident and comfortable and build a wardrobe around that. Go for items that you can mix and match easily. And if you have no idea where to start, make yourself a Pinterest board. Use it as your guide. Pick one go to daily makeup look that you can do in 15 minutes, and that way you can save your time and energy for the things that actually matter. Another important thing I want to talk about is don't fall for the aesthetic trap. On social media, self development is way too romanticized. You will see those videos that a girl waking up at 5 a.m., journaling, reading books, sipping on the perfect matcha latte. Look, I'm not saying that any of these is bad, but here's the truth. What you do should always serve your goals that you're chasing. I know people who force themselves to wake up at like 5 a.m. to meditate or go for a run when in reality they didn't even sleep enough the night before. And that's not discipline, that's self sabotage. You are draining your energy before the day even starts. Things like reading, working out, waking up early, they are great habits, only if they actually support your lifestyle and your mission, not because you saw someone on TikTok do it with calming music. I've seen successful people like artists, entrepreneurs who barely have time to sleep or eat while chasing their dreams. Was it healthy? Maybe not, but they were focused. They weren't chasing aesthetic, they were chasing real progress. So, self development is not always pretty. You don't have to follow every 5 a.m. routine you see online. You don't need to force yourself to meditate or read 50 books if it doesn't work for you. What matters is that you find your way and you stick to it. It's about discipline, focus, and doing what works for you. Don't fall for the social media trap. Do what actually gets you closer to your goal. The next thing I want to talk about is real confidence. Not the loud kind, not the look at me, I'm here. I'm talking about the kind that lives inside you, the kind that only you can feel. True confidence isn't about the way that you dress or what bag you carry or how many likes you get. It's about knowing who you are, your strengths, your weaknesses, and your worth. If you don't build that inner confidence, you will end up constantly comparing yourself to others. You'll feel jealous, insecure, and question your own value all the time. That's what happens when your self esteem is low. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking that confidence comes from things. Like wearing a Chanel bag isn't gonna help you. Real confidence doesn't come from the outside, it comes from knowing yourself, knowing what you have and what you don't, and still being at peace with that. I've seen so many guys, for example, who confuse confidence with ego. They think that they're confident until a girl says no, and suddenly their whole self worth collapses. But that's not confidence, that's just pride. You get rejected, left on red, ignored, and you still know your value hasn't changed because that situation is out of your control. But how you see yourself, that's in your hands. Confidence is the foundation. Without it, you can't build anything solid, not your career, not your relationships, and not your life path. And to be honest, I'm still working on it. I'm still on the journey of learning what true confidence means for me, and I think that journey never really ends. Another important thing is you must improve your appearance. At this point, stop saying that I was just born like this or this is how I look. Nothing is just the way it is. Everything is a choice. What if I told you that I could choose to look worse tomorrow? Seriously, I could glow down if I really wanted to. You have the power to decide how you look. It's not about genetics, it's about whether you care enough to make an effort. I've seen so many people who look amazing, not because they were born that way, but because they chose to become better. They took care of themselves, they upgraded. And no, improving your appearance doesn't mean that you're being fake or trying to impress anyone, but it means that you respect yourself enough to take care of your body, your skin, your hair, your health, and it all matters. This is the bare minimum, the basic self respect. And the truth is, you never know what kind of opportunities might come your way. A new job, a connection, a relationship, or a chance to show up and be seen. Sometimes just looking more put together, fresh, and confident can open doors you never expected. Go see a dermatologist, eat cleaner, sleep better, move your body, create a better habits, and explore a new style. This is part of becoming your best self. Alright, the last thing and the most important thing in self development is find your one thing. If you want to grow, and I mean like really grow, you need to find your one thing. That one thing you're good at, that one thing you want to master. It could be your studies, your career, building a brand, starting a business, like whatever it is. It needs to be something that can eventually pay you, sustain you, and carry your life forward. Once you found it, make it your number one priority. Be real with yourself. You can't build five different things at once. If nothing is your priority, you move at a snail's pace. You'll feel busy all the time, but you won't go anywhere. So let me give you an example. I love working out. The gym is my happy place. I love sweating. I love pushing myself, growing stronger. But I also have a bigger goal right now, and that means sometimes I have to skip the gym and put my energy into that goal. And I'm okay with that because I made peace with the fact that I can't do everything at once. You have to choose. Find your one thing. Is the mission that you wake up for, is the reason that you say no to distraction, is the things that bring you clarity and discipline every single day. And here's something you might not want to hear. You will have to let go of certain things in your life that don't serve that goal. Even if those things have been part of your identity for years, even if you love them, you can't build your one thing if you're still trying to hold on to everything else. But once you commit, like really commit, you start waking up with a clear mind. You know what to do. You start seeing insane levels of progress because your time, energy, and focus are going in one direction. And that's how mastery is built, with time, with effort, with deep focused work. Every person who's built something meaningful in their life, a business, a healthier mind, a better life, they all started with something deeper. They started with pain, fear, or frustration. This burning feeling that something has to change. And that's what drives them when things get tough. If you say you want to improve yourself, but you still go to bed feeling okay with doing nothing to change, then honestly, you don't want it that bad. Now I want you to sit down and turn everything off for a minute and ask yourself, where do I want to be in 10 years, 20 years? Who do I want to become? that version of you isn't built overnight. It's built from the habits and the choices that you make starting right now. Thank you so much for watching this video. This is the Aphrodite Show. I see you again very, very soon.